Wait there. Are you telling me that there was a dragonfly the size of an eagle flying around, and that had a shark with a mouth that could swallow an entire bus? Man, if you think today's animals are scary, it's because you don't know the absurd creatures that dominated our planet millions of years ago. We are talking about real monsters that make the T-Rex look like a poodle puppy. Today, in the Professor Biology channel, I will show you the 10 most colossal, bizarre, and terrifying prehistoric animals that have already stepped, swim, or flew on this planet. And look, number 1 will make you thank you so much for being extinct. So get ready, because this time trip will be insane. Starting our list at number 10, we have the Megura. Dude, imagine just being good in your backyard and suddenly flying a dragon the size of a seagull. That's right, you heard. The Megura had a wings of wings up to 75 centimeters. This monstrous creature lived about 300 million years ago in the Carboniferous period, when oxygen in the atmosphere was much higher than today, about 35% compared to our 21%. And do you know what that means? Giant insects everywhere. The Megura was basically a flying hunting machine. With her huge maid eyes, she could detect any movement meters away. And with powerful jaws, she devoured other insects and even small amphibians. Now think to me, if a normal dragonfly is quick and agile, imagine one the size of a pigeon flying to 35 km/h straight in your face. I definitely prefer today's cute dragonflies, thank you very much. And the most bizarre? Scientists found fossils of these creatures with the still preserved wings, showing all the details of the ribs. It's as if nature wanted to make it clear. Look what I was able to create. In number 9, hold your stomach because it comes much worse. I present to you Arthropura, basically a 2.5 meter long centopoia. This is real, guys, bigger than a small car. This creeping monster lived at the same time as Megura, taking advantage of all that extra oxygen to grow to absurd proportions. With over 30 pairs of legs and a segmented body as a medieval armor, Arthropura was the largest earthly arthropod that ever existed. And before you think, oh, but it must be slow, wrong. Fossilized footprints show that this creature could move quickly when necessary. Imagine you walking quietly in a forest and suddenly hear the noise of 60 legs approaching. My God. The most surprising? Despite the terrifying size, scientists believe she was herbivorous. That's right, all this size was sustained by eating plants. But look, herbivorous or not, if I saw a centipede of my size, I would run first and ask about her diet later. Fossils found in Scotland and North America show that these creatures were so large that they left trails of up to 50 centimeters wide. It's like a giant scent pea road. Climbing to number 8, let's dive into the terror of the old seas with Dunkleosteus. Guys, forget the white shark, forget the orca. Dunkleosteus was a 10-meter long and 4-ton water war tank. This monster was swimming through the oceans 380 million years ago and was undoubtedly the most terrifying predator of his day. But what makes Dunkleosteus really special? He had no teeth. No, wait, he had something much worse. Sharp bone plates like razors that worked like a guillotine. The strength of your bite? 5,300 psi. This is stronger than the bite of a T-Rex. This destruction machine could literally break anything you find. Primitive sharks, lanchinho, other armored fish, snack. The natural armor that protected other animals. For Dunkleosteus, it was as a gift roll, and there is more. Studies show that he could open and close his mouth in just 50 milliseconds. This created such a powerful suction that the fangs were literally sucked into that infernal mouth. Just imagine. You are swimming good and suddenly a 2-meter shielded head with blades instead of the depths. Good thing the evolution decided to retire this model, right? Guys, in number 7 we have something that will make you rethink the legend of the Bigfoot. Gigantopithecus was the greatest primacy that ever existed. We are talking about a real-life King Kong, 3 meters high and weighing up to 600 pounds. This is 3 times the weight of a silverback gorilla. This colossus lived in Asia about 300,000 years ago. This means that our human ancestors lived with this creature. Imagine you, a 1.60-meter Homo erectus, bumping into a 3-meter monkey in the forest. I would go back to the cave and invent the first door with a lock of the story. Gigantopithecus had arms that could reach 3.5 meters of wingspan. His hands were the size of manhole caps, and despite being mainly vegetarian, eating bamboo and fruits, the strength of this creature was huge. Fossilized teeth analyses show that he could chew hard bamboo as if they were cookies. And look how curious. Some scientists believe that the legends of Yeti and the Bigfoot may originate from ancestral encounters with the last Gigantopithecus. The most impressive? We found only jaws and teeth of this creature, but only for these fossils can you get an idea of the absurd size of this primate. If a molar tooth of it is the size of a nut, imagine the rest. So, are you enjoying meeting these prehistoric monsters? So smash on this like right now. And if you don't want to lose any video about the most insane creatures that have ever existed, subscribe to the channel and activate the bell. Because look, we still have 6 animals ahead, and I guarantee they will get more and more absurd. In number 6, get ready to know the true dragon of the heavens, the Quetzalcoatlus. With 12 meters of wingspan, this is larger than a single-engine aircraft. This pterosaur was basically a flying creature the size of a giraffe. Living 70 million years ago, the Quetzalcoatlus had a 3-meter neck and a head that ended in a 2-meter beak. When he was on the floor, he was at the time of a giraffe. Now imagine this thing flying toward you. And the most insane? Scientists estimate that he could fly at speeds of up to 130 km/h and travel 16,000 kilometers without stopping. This is like flying from Brazil to China without scale. This animal was literally an organic plane. But how could something so big could fly? The secret was in the hollow and super light but incredibly resistant bones. The whole Quetzalcoatlus weighed only 250 pounds, less than a horse. And the diet? This flying monster was like a giant stork from hell. He walked with his wings folded, using them like front legs, and with that huge beak, he fished fish, ate carrion, and amazed, probably swallowed dinosaurs' whole babies. Fossils show that groups of these flying giants migrated together. Imagine just look to the sky and see a squad of creatures the size of passing aircraft. I would definitely understand why the mammals of the time preferred to live in burrows. Guys, we arrived at the top 5 and things will be very serious now. In number 5, meet Titanoboa, the largest snake ever, 13 meters long and weighing 1,135 pounds. This is bigger than a school bus. This monstrous serpent lived 60 million years ago in Colombia's tropical forests, at a time when the average temperature of the Earth was 5 degrees warmer than today. And this extra heat allowed snakes to grow up to apocalyptic proportions. The Titanoboa was so thick that in the widest part of the body it was 1 meter in diameter. For you to get an idea, she could swallow an entire crocodile without even having to move the jaw too much. And speaking of crocodiles, guess what was her favorite dish? That's right. While today's snakes eat rodents and birds, the Titanoboa hunting giant crocodiles. She was waiting underwater, and when an unsuspecting crocodile came close, bam! Her constriction force was estimated at 400 psi. This is how to have a car compressing every square inch of your body. There was no escape. Once she hugged you, it was already. Scientists have found fossilized vertebrae the size of building blocks. And the scariest? Mathematical models suggest that if the Earth continues to warm up, snakes could theoretically reach these sizes. Sweet nightmare for you. In number 4, get ready to know the laziness of hell. Megatherium, a 6 meter high and 4 tons. That's right. While today's sloths are cute and fit your lap, your ancestors were bigger than elephant. This colossal creature had wandered through the Americas just 10,000 years ago. This means that the first humans in the Americas definitely found these monsters. And man, it must have been a terrifying meeting. The Megatherium was standing on the rear paws to reach leaves, at the top of the trees, and when it did it, it was 6 meters high. Its claws were 50 centimeters long, larger than machetes, and don't think that being herbivorous, he was harmless. These claws were not just to climb trees, they were deadly weapons. A scam of a Megatherium could easily leave a human in half. Evidence show that they lived in groups and had a huge force. Brands in fossilized trees suggest that they dropped whole trees just to eat the leaves of the top. It's like an organic tractor with hair. The most bizarre? Some scientists believe their extinction has been caused in part by human hunt. Our ancestors were very brave or very crazy to hunt a laziness the size of a house. Top 3, guys, and now comes the definitive water nightmare. Sarosucus imperator, the super croc, a 12-meter-long crocodile and 8 tons. This is twice as much larger than the largest current saltwater crocodiles. Living 110 million years ago, Sarosucus was so large that he had dinosaur in breakfast. Literally. Tooth marks on dinosaur fossils proved that this monster was not afraid of anything. His head alone was 1.8 meters. The jaw was equipped with 132 thick teeth like bananas, and the strength of the bite? Scientists estimate 18,000 psi. This is like having 3 cars pressing each tooth against you. But the most terrifying is the hunting method. Sarosucus was submerged in rivers with only the eyes and nostrils out. When a dinosaur came to drink water, splash! It exploded from water like an 8-ton missile. And it's not over. This crocodile grew a lifetime. The largest specimens found were about 60 years old, but evidence suggests that some could live over 100 years and grow even more. Bone signs on the back worked as a natural armor, making it virtually invulnerable. It was literally a war tank with teeth. Just imagine. You are a thirsty dinosaur, arrive in the river to quench your thirst, and suddenly the whole margin gets up and drags you into the depths. Thank you, extinction, for that favor. Ladies and gentlemen, we arrived at number 2, and this one is legendary. Megalodon, the shark that makes the white shark look like a goldfish. 18 meters long, 60 tons of pure marine terror. This is 3 times larger than a white shark. This leviathan of the oceans dominated the seas from 23 million to 3 million years ago. And when I say it dominated, it's because nothing, absolutely nothing, was safe when Megalodon was hunting. His mouth was 3 meters wide and 5 meters high. You could stand inside her. With 276 serrated teeth, each the size of a human hand. The strength of the bite, 40,000 EC. This is 10 times stronger than a T-Rex bite. Megalodon hunted whales. That's right. Bite marks on whale fossils show that he attacked 10 meters prey as if they were sardines. He bit the fins first to immobilize, then, well, the rest is history. And the speed? Even weighing as 10 elephants, Megalodon could swim at 30 km/h. When he accelerated toward him, he created pressure waves that could be felt hundreds of meters. The scariest? Megalodon teeth are found in every oceans. This predator was everywhere, and some conspiracy theorists believe it is still out there, in the deepest parts of the oceans. But relaxes, science confirms, it is extinct. Good thing, because you imagine doing stand-up paddle and seeing a 2-meter fin cutting, finding the water towards you. And finally, the moment everyone expected. The number 1. Guys, forget everything you know about predator dinosaurs, because Spinosaurus is the definitive predator apex. 18 meters long, 7 meters high, 9 tons of pure destruction. The Spinosaurus was larger than the T-Rex. That's right, the king of dinosaurs had an emperor. But what makes Spinosaurus number 1 on our list? He was the only giant predator dinosaur who hunted both on earth and water. It was like a crocodile mixed with a T-Rex under steroids. That candle on the back 2 meters high? It wasn't just ornament. It worked as a thermal regulator and like a fin when it swam. This monster was an amphibious hunting machine. His arms, unlike T-Rex, were huge and ended in claws of 30 centimeters. He could grab prey as well as bite them. And the bite? Focused on drilling and holding, with perfect conical teeth to let nothing escape. Evidence show that Spinosaurus spent most of his time in rivers and lakes, but when he went out to Earth, my God, nothing was safe. He hunted prehistoric sharks, giant crocodiles, herbivorous dinosaurs, and even other predators. His muzzle had pressure sensors like modern crocodiles. He could detect movement in the water in the total dark. Imagine you taking a river bath at night and... yeah, better not even imagining. This is the real monster of nightmares. A predator that picked you up on Earth, caught you in the water, the size of a building, and completely arsenal of destruction. So, guys, these were the 10 most colossal and terrifying prehistoric animals that ever existed. Now I want to know about you. Comment down here. Which of these monsters would you be most afraid to find if they still existed? Was it the 13-meter Titanoboa, Megalodon with his 3-meter mouth? Or the EGE, Spinosaurus, the terror of the two worlds? And if you got here, you are a warrior. So you already enjoy and subscribe to the Professor Biology channel so as not to lose the next videos about the most insane creatures of nature. Next week has new video about the most lethal predators of the current Amazon. And believe me, some of them are as scary as these extinct giants. Until next time, guys. And remember, nature has already created monsters far worse than any horror movie. The difference is that these were real.